What's up? Welcome back to One Crack News here. Now, we rarely would talk NBA over here. That's normally be on the main channel, but this is about business. So I think it was fitting. Now, there's something called NBA Escrow. This is something players learn about when they're out the league or when they're just getting started. And they don't know what that stuff is because this was negotiated and had nothing to do with their careers, but it affects their careers so much. You wonder why players go broke? A lot of them are not spending their money like crazy. A lot of them are not getting paid what you think. A lot of them are not. If you come in because they got this rookie salary cap, right? What it does is cut down the risk of the owners of taking a chance that you might be something. It's like they pay you a basic minimum to see if you're going to even have the ability to do anything. So there's really no risk on the owners. You're almost a tax write-off at that point. Now, back in 1998, in the 99 season, when they had the holdout, because the collective bargaining agreement was coming very lucrative towards the players at that time, the owners negotiated for what they would call an escrow tax, 10%. And that's a lot of money. See, the 10% like kickback, the escrow tax, it's like if you receive more than 55% of basketball related income. So the rookies don't normally see this. When you get that big contract, that's when it hits you. So let's look at it, because right now the NBA is making about $300 million almost a year in kickbacks from the NBA escrow. When they put in place back in 2001, like the first year, the players was returning more than $150 million back to the owners. Now, every 6 years, the collective bargaining agreement, agreement and all that stuff normally expire. Then they'll go back to the table and bring it back up again, and there it is. The NBA escrow tax will be right back in the mix. %64% of such income tax is in the NBA season. That was then. Now it's at what? Like maybe 76%? So 76% now. You're looking at 300 million, 350 million plus. And money kicking back. Because they actually say 350 million to 600 million is being kicked back to the owners because of NBA escrow tax. The players agreed to this when they didn't agree to this. And this is why you almost had the lockout a few years ago. I remember Pat Garrity was one of the people that were complaining about it. And was like, man, this is crazy because this is going to kill people. Like, this tax is going to break people in half. And there's nothing they're going to be able to do about it, but still. Imagine somebody telling you this is the way it is, and there's basically nothing you could do about it. You wouldn't like that too much. Nobody would. Let's say you sign a 4-year contract after you complete your rookie deal for 2 years or so. You come in, you might making $300,000 a year, so you're making $200,000 a year. You're not really making your money yet. Well, let's say you get a $2 million deal. Oh, you're getting paid $2 million a year. You balling. Better not get that mansion. Better not get that house. Because you won't be able to afford that with the taxes. So it's a lot of things that transpire that it will have the players broke. And they have no idea of what's going on. So, the collective bargaining agreement was supposed to make everything smoother, but it did not. Now, what was that? 2011. It was 2011, and we were there when matter of fact, I was with Floyd Mayweather, and the NBA season was back underway, and there was a mutual opt-out allowing the agreement to be terminated at the conclusion of 2016-17. The sides agreed on terms on a new deal in December of 2016, which superseded the 2011 collective bargaining agreement. Now, that one was the most brutalest one there was. But see, all these factors come into play when you try to go through the negotiations of something like that. TV contracts, Adam Silver came in replacing Stern. You had Billy Hunter basically stepping down as executive director. Now you got Michelle Roberts in there. And 2011 deal, it doesn't expire until 20 and 21. But here's the thing. The owners are getting money. Both sides are basically okay with the new CBA deal as much as they could be. And David Stern's the reason the CBA even exists. He gave players a percentage of the salary back in 73 when the first one was done. Came in through the arbitration, The no trade clause was eliminated in 83. And then it came back for certain players. But in 2011, they screwed themselves, for the strike. In 87, that's when the Bird Rule came in effect. And it's not a new collective bargaining agreement, but just a understanding, modifying term of the agreement they had back in like 1980. They added an unrestricted free agent, something that never existed before 1994. Past 88. So from 88 to 94, you had an unrestricted free agent. And we're going to cut down the draft. We're drafting way too many people. So the no strike, no lockout agreement came in 94, 95. So the lockout ended in 95, and the rookie contracts, they added a rookie scale contract. And in 1998, 99, they had a lockout. They added minimums, like maximum salaries. The escrow and luxury tax came into play. Now, the luxury tax I think that comes in every season, and the reductions in contracts and lengths of races, there's a luxury tax. So the player's guaranteed share of revenue is now reduced in this new contract that they had. They got further restrictions in the contract of length of races. There's greater penalties for tax-paying terms, originally effective through 2020 through 21, with a mutual opt-out in 2017. Designated veteran provision, two-way contracts, mutual opt-out. That's going to happen in 2023. Now, you probably wonder why there was no big fight in 2016. In 2005, the CBA guaranteed the players 57% of a buy-in, right? Coupled with rising expenses, slowing the revenue growth, part of the economic downturn of 2007 and 8. And other factors came into play, with 22 of the 30 teams losing money in 2009 and 10. Now, the NBA played teams, those teams that they're talking about, reported losing about $370 million. As a result, the owners sought a complete reset of the league's economic system. Okay? The players disagreed to an extent about the losses and all of the financial things that was going on, but the NBA is like, look, we can't be doing this revenue sharing no more. Those days are over. So they were nowhere near an agreement in 2005. But once Adam Silver came aboard, there was a mutual love. Both sides agreed on a deal in December of 2016, which would supersede that whole 2011 deal that many didn't like that they signed. And there you have it. So, when these players go broke, there are rules and things in the contract that eats and chew their money up. Believe me, before they get it. You sign a $20 million, let's say you sign 4 years, $20 million, basic, 4 year, you're not really a superstar player. Okay, after they get you pay the taxes and pay your agents and pay all them, you ain't got 20. You got maybe 11. And so you got 11 for 4 years. If that, maybe 12. So you're looking at possibly $12 million deal for 4 years. So you start saying, well, 12 million ain't bad for 4 years. Now, you got to get mama a house. Got to get yourself something. You got to get yourself some nice clothes. You got to do these things here. Hopefully you get an endorsement deal to help cover some costs. But don't buy that $1 million house. Don't buy that big expensive car, because you'll be living in it when it's all said and done. It's your boy Carcino, man. I'm out.